Welcome back to all Anno 1800 fans. Today we're talking about a new dev blog that is focusing on the next DLC. 2 weeks ago I actually shared with you the release date. This is coming on the 28th of June, so less than a week now, and because it is so close, we're getting really a lot of details. We're seeing a lot of pictures in this dev blog. We're also seeing the full list of ornaments that you can expect, and it is actually 28, so it's quite a lot. I'm going to show you all of this. I'm going to also discuss what I think about it, and I also have a couple of tips and tricks and news to share with you at the end, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so the Industrial Zone pack is the second Cosmetic DLC of the year. Even if you bought Season 4 pass, you don't get this DLC. This is a Cosmetic DLC, this is on the side. You'll need to still buy it. You don't have to, because in particular, again, this is just a Cosmetic DLC. It doesn't provide any new gameplay in terms of new functionality. There's no new goods, no new productions, no new tiers of population or things like this, all right? This is only ornaments. But of course, one of the biggest community for Anno 1800 player is the beauty builders. And of course, for beauty builders, adding ornaments is as if you're adding gameplay because it enables you to do new things into your city. As I said, this is 28 brand new ornaments, and some of these ornaments actually also have different visuals, so I guess it's even more than that if you count all of them separately. And they are separated into two categories. Both of these link to industrial. The first one is linked to construction and work site, and the second is linked to the railways. As you can see, a lot of new things. We're creating a new work site. There's even the work site sign over here. There's a small crane here. You even have scaffolding of different levels. I think this is different ones. You have wood cutting tables, it seems. So definitely quite a number of ornaments. I really like also that there's people walking around and walking. Even the fences, quite interesting. And both of these fences and also the pipe that I'm going to show you just now, what they've said is that it is modular, meaning this is not just, you have to put those 5 like this. It's probably 1 or 2, and you can add them as much as you want in whichever direction you want to make, whatever size you want of this construction site. And this is the same thing with those new pipes, where apparently, again, this is modular. So it's not as if you have to put this whole thing and it will be always the same, but it's more kind of, you'll put this one, and then if you want to continue, you put another one, and it will connect nicely to make something modular. There definitely seems to be at least 2 types in terms of the level. We'll have to see how that works, but that's another very interesting element over here. So just to recap on the construction ornaments, you have a trailer, a crane, a site, a pile diver, a sewing station, sanitary pipes, copper pipes, water pipes, probably different colors of the same asset, and scaffolding. Not too sure if it's just one or several, we'll have to see that. Construction fence, the entrance for it, water pipe network, and elevated one. So as we said, there's different levels, at least we saw 2, and connector, and a pipe passageway. The pipe passageway, I think, is probably this over here. If you've seen anything else on the pictures, don't hesitate to share in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. Definitely quite a new number of ornaments that you can play with. And then the railway. Railways, we've obviously always had these railways here with some grass that mainly transport our oil. There is some mod to do more with it. You can transport people with some mods. Don't hesitate to check on my channel if you want to see that. I have mod reviews on all of this. And here again, it's adding a couple of ornaments, not in terms of gameplay, but just ornaments to make it more pretty. We have a large and a small railway hall, a platform, a coal tower, a guard hut, crane, oil tank, water tank. So also link a bit to our pipe over here. The railway signal, of course, electric pole, yield sign, elevated railway signal, and a railway warning sign. And we can definitely see many of these here. You have the hall here, I'm guessing. You have the platform. Here we have a light. We have the guardhouse over here. So this will definitely enable you to make some of your train elements a lot prettier. There is also a bit of a Q&A with the art style. I'll post, of course, in the description below the link to this dev blog if you want to read it. They're talking about how they start with small 2D scribbles to not spend too much time, and then they decide which one they like the most before creating real 3D workflow. Some of them are easier than others, things like this. As always, this cosmetic pack, once again, is not part of the season pass. You need to buy it on the side for around 5 euros or your regional equivalent. And as I said at the beginning of the video, this is for the 20th of June, so in less than 1 week. Definitely stay tuned for that. Now, what do I think about this? Well, if you follow my channel a lot, you know that I am more sort of a min-maxer than a beauty builder. I do understand beauty building, and I think this is great and a great part of this game. It definitely fits the Anno franchise, but I also really like, as a person, more kind of try the optimization part of. So I tend to not focus too much on cosmetic DLCs. I do have to say that this one is definitely, in my mind, bringing a lot more assets and more experience than some of the previous ones. For example, the one that was just bringing new skins to vehicles, I thought this was really not that much. But this is at least providing for beauty builders a lot of variety, a lot of different elements that they've been asking for. On the other hand, there's two things that I did want to mention. The first one is linked to the railway part of this. This is all about industry. This is all about putting things next to our railways, but in a sort of industrial setting. But at the same time, our railways still have a grass texture around them. That's really not great. I think, I know that they've said they are not going to change that. They are not going to create new types of railways and things like this. But honestly, I think this doesn't really work with this new DLC. But I do have a solution for you. There is actually a mod that corrects that. I did cover it in the past. You can find it in the video description below if you want to also download it. It changes the textures of the railway from being grass to being more kind of a road thing. So it fits a lot better inside your city and will fit a lot better, I think, with this DLC. The second thing I wanted to mention is I'm always a bit disappointed that many of the ornaments that come into cosmetic DLCs are already mods. I won't list exactly which mods and which one, but definitely a number of these are already available in mods. In particular, if you look here at this one mod called More Variety in the Old World, this is a mod that I again covered on my channel in the past. I will put in the video description below the video that I actually covered this mod, because then you can see all of the assets that are part of this mod, because this is more than 100 assets. And some of these assets were actually industrial in nature. So I'm not saying that they copied the whole thing. There's definitely a number of new ornaments, and I'm glad for that. So anyway, to recap, I think this is definitely one of the best cosmetic DLC that they've done so far. I'm sure many of the beauty builders will like it. But after this one, I am definitely keen to hear more news about the next DLC. If you liked this video, don't hesitate to smash the like button, and I hope to see you next time.